Hello everyone, it's your favorite FGC VTuber back at it again with another controversy, and this time again it's Frosty Faustings. So it turns out there's a lot more to it than just simply having a badly run event and at the cost, that one with the Blazing Strike. I feel it's to a degree no fault their own, again, go check out that video of me talking about Frosty Faustings, that particular game, Blazing Strikes controversy. But this one actually seems to be a lot more. I kind of seen some stuff people were complaining, but now that we have this post, I'm starting to see why. So, context, it says, Frosty Faustings is hiding replies in their pinned tweets that mention how, I mean, you know what, yeah, I guess, cause, again, remember I mentioned earlier they were getting shit. I was like, I didn't really care, if people just being annoying. But no, it turns out there's a real reason. How they didn't ban the people inciting violence against me after I DM'd them months in advance, and their threads were flooded with the topic. They've banned people for conduct outside of tournaments before, so why would threats be acceptable by their standards? Is it either it is or isn't your code of conduct, and you're setting quite a poor example here. I have still zero response from the team. Interesting. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, the first thing right off, I think it's annoying when, outside of things like if it has nothing to do with the venue or thing, or it's not a clear thing that it's a threat. I think banning people for shit like that is the stupidest thing. I mean, I think in some cases, like obviously they're like a criminal or it's something really really bad. Then all right, sure. I feel like that's like okay, no thing. But sometimes again, like in Twitch, do you say a certain thing, whatever? Best way to put it, if you say some kind of political opinion or something's wrong, or maybe you say, it's like, yeah, no, that's dumb. I mean, Twitch is the biggest offender of this. Like, I think there's a fine line of how much something that what you do IRL should affect. Or I mean, not even. But you know what I'm saying, right? Like, so especially if it's a nothing burger. Like I said, to me, if it's not a super serious, like again, no one wants a crazy, like, obviously, let's say you're a silk clear or you did some kind of super serious crime. Obviously, at that point, no one wants to relate to you. That's obvious as hell. Anyone who says that and they do some shit like that, it's out of pocket, whatever. But say someone say something or does something or whatever. Say they get into a fight at a bar, or like for the most part, it happened off stream or it's whatever. Or again, it's as long as we know that. I mean, context is everything. Like, dude was drunk or some bullshit. As long as I mean, I guess that one matters more for like a venue event. But I think for like a Twitch thing, it's like doesn't really fucking matter. Granted, I think with a lot of these things, people have their own discretion, so I will say that. It all depends on the severity. But I think what it is here is that clearly, it case by case, is an exact case, if not more so. So the whole thing is what I'm getting is that they more than likely by that statement that they ban on something frivolous that doesn't matter. Oh, good. Infiltration is actually the best example of that. Something that wasn't even really that actually happened, and at the end of the day, doesn't really have anything to do. Like, let's say he was that. Does that really warrant him being? I mean, in a moral sense, most people wouldn't have to. But is it something so much that we'd have to worry about him being at like locals? Not really. No. Kind of something like that. As much as we would not want, but it's like, well, as long as they don't cause problems at venues. At the end of the day, you look at this and go, will there be a problem? That's really at the end of the tale. But it seems like this person might be maybe said someone they say they voted for Trump or some bullshit. They're not gonna have him at the venue, right? Stupid as shit. And again, someone actually probably having something again, especially threats. I think that one's obviously the number one thing. So I don't know what the reasoning is, and maybe it, it's crazy to me because like no, regardless of what your other one is, whether big or small, I don't understand. Clearly, someone's coming to cause issues at your venue, and you've done nothing. And we got these things to see. Rules for me, not for thee. Yeah, because you didn't ban some dude threatening dude, despite that being a violation of your code of conduct. Okay, they're coming out. Yeah. Yep. You also, dang, he said he's gonna split my head. Oh, come on, dude. Really? You guys aren't gonna ban someone who says some shit like that? Yeah. Free tickets to Frosties, hopefully. I guess it bears asking, will. Oh, shit. Yep. Will V-Key Viper be actively banned for harming other players? Oh, I guess. Okay, let's see. After careful species evidence, the player known as Lunar from. Is that one dude who liked that one loli and that one? I mean, whatever, but I could be wrong. Oh, and look at that. Someone's saying someone should actively harm you. Right. Oh, and look, they got the retard shit. Yeah, and then another one. You people are so full of shit. The FGC has become a pedophile, mentally ill shit test. That sounds more like Smash. But if that is what's becoming the case, then no wonder shit's going downhill. The people have sooner or later, the FGC will have to acknowledge the other side of the coin. People are getting tired of double standards. Ooh, and Soul. I don't know if it's the Soul dude. But yeah, nope. no one is buying this safe, inclusive narrative. Oh, dude, that bullshit. And then if someone says that, dude, I'm gonna be honest. From that is the main motherfuckers who say this shit are not safe, nor are they inclusive. So that's mad bullshit. When you have the most vitriolic and violent individuals, yep, being allowed to run unchecked because clearly you agree with their actions and bottom lines. I mean, they're gonna get fucked. I'm gonna be honest. They're not, especially now. They're fucked in that sense. They banned Shinblade. Results of his court case. See, at the end of the day, even though they already closed their invest. Oh, look, it's that bullshit I was just talking about. Like again, if it has nothing to do that directly affects the venue, it doesn't matter. It genuinely does not matter. And on top of that, the fact that it's, dude, what the fuck is wrong with people, dude? I got a feeling that the FGC is going to split soon because of all this. I mean, I think it's already here. I'm gonna be honest. I think that the split is here. Like, if I'm being genuinely honest, I think it's already here, bro. Like, it's like something, like I said, when I watch the whole thing, is like there is genuinely a divide. There are people who have swarmed their way into the FGC that don't give a shit about it and are ruining it for everybody else. And on top of that, with an era where fighting games aren't even that good, I think for a lot of people, if they're involved with some of these people or groups, like specifically, say maybe you're combo breaking, you get involved with Frosty, or I mean, maybe not everybody, obviously, right? It's not everybody, and maybe it could just only be, hopefully, it's only the people who are in charge of like the getting messages and shit like that. Because at the end of the day, it's a lot of good people who run this shit, you know. Like, it's not easy work, right? It seems to be a lot of some of the newcomers, or you know, again, basically the HR of the places, and no one really likes the HR for the most part, right? Wait, oh look, it's this dude. I've said it before, and I've said Frosty is the same place that protects groups of people that have also stocked. Oh yeah, this guy. You know, mini lore. I vaguely heard about this dude, and they say like, yeah, no, dude, fucking. Some people have a mad hate boner for this dude. Outside of one thing that I didn't really agree with him, he hasn't really said anything super crazy. I mean, he's a bit too boomery for my thing. Every time he just Street Fighter, I was like, shut up, dude. No one gives a shit about Street Fighter 2. Outside of that, guy brings, you know, again, even with me disagreeing with this whole thing, there are times where he makes good cases and points, specifically fighting game shit. You know, like nothing personal or political kind of shit. But it's like again, I don't know, man. So they came after him way beforehand, and then I think it was just from FGC opinions. I don't think it had shit to do with what the hell they're on. I can only understand that person in the first image getting hidden, but hiding the rest is basically saying we don't care and we're not gonna do anything. Well, I guess I'm kind of happy I didn't go to Frost. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Personally, to me, if I know shit like this is kind of happen, I don't want to have anything to do with your venue. I'm gonna keep it a $150. Then I can't trust it. Again, I don't really know too much of the but at the end of the day, clearly someone's getting annoyed and upset, and everybody else is backing them up. So I'm gonna go on a limb here and say they're definitely right, especially after, you know, case one, like, oh, and mind you, the person too, I mean, I don't think they're like, you know, some people, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like in the FGC, you can just kind of tell when something comes out, like, you know what, they probably did do that, like, oh, no, they didn't. Like, again, Smash is being pedos, that's not a 9-day difference, you know. Heck, there was even a similar thing, I think, in Chicago when something came out, and I was like, I claim BS, but, you know, they played it safe and still, okay, they'll be banned for some bullshit, but because, like, dude, me and everybody else was talking, like, bro, this dude pulls hose, there's no way in hell he did some shit like this, right? Granted, you could be wrong, I mean, you'll hold your breath, but still. Crazy how people are calling for the death and are the most insulated, protected people imaginable. See, exactly, if they just wish they would, oh no. Clearly, someone's playing favoritism in there, and it's ruining the entire thing, so Frosty's biggest way to solve this is immediately oust the person who's doing this shit and be like, oh yeah, whatever, and then kind of like be like, oh no, obviously these people are allowed to, whatever. That's the only way this shit will fix. If not, and then we have then at that point, I mean, granted, it's gonna be hard because the person is kind of in charge of the social media and the DMing, so maybe they might not even hear this shit for all we know. But I feel like once it gets out to this level, everyone's gonna hear it, and depending how good this video does. And that's when it's like, okay, you can't trust Frosty Faustings board or whatever that shit is, right? Or for the most part, let's say 80 to 90%. There could be a small minority, but because I don't want to go to a place like that where I know someone can come in and actually try and bash in my head because you guys have some kind of stupid ass favoritism. It's fucking stupid. Doesn't make sense. I have contacted the founder. Earning a medal. I know he's married. There's a chance he doesn't run the... Exactly. See, he gets it. He gets it. So good to see that it seems that the main person in charge. Yeah. I mean, again, for a lot of these venues and events, I feel like a lot of the core members, and especially, again, outside of what we have with Wizard, with Evo, right? For the most part, I could say 80% of them are very good people, because at the end of the day, you have to really love fighting games. And fighting games are a hard thing to get good at in the first place, which is why I do have, you know, good holdout. The problem is that you hire on more people. These guys aren't exactly, you know, at the end of the day, you're a fighting game player, you're not, like, you know, you're not good. I mean, even for me, when I did something recently for a business venture, I took very specific steps to weed out people that should not belong in my thing, right? And if you're not good at naturally doing this or having a plan, or again, more importantly, just willing to be a dick and say no, I think that's the hardest thing for a lot of people. That's what's part of being a boss is. And luckily for me, again, I know exactly the kind of people to weed out. Like, there are key things you can do to be like, okay, yeah, we can't fuck with this person, right? I won't reveal the secrets in a sense. It's my trade secret. You don't get to keep it. But yeah, and these people, they don't know that shit. And even if they did, they probably wouldn't be willing to implement it. They don't got what it takes, right? And that's really what the core of this problem is that we have random everyday people going from just making small local venues and anything to basically, I mean, granted, they're not, in my opinion, profitable in the, maybe in the slightest, but yeah, a lot of the things that aren't profit driven, you know, or that big, you know, and they're basically running like a small business. And we have people wheezing their way in who have no business doing this shit and are clearly incompetent as fuck and are simply getting rid of people. Oh, I don't like them. Let's find an excuse. You know that's what they're doing, right? They're not even actually doing their job. Like, again, you're preventing someone on some kind of fucking case shit and it's already been proven. Like, you're just a fucking idiot. Like, I don't know what this person is, whatever, but you just clearly don't like them. Oh my god, Diddy tournament. Man, there must be something going on. What, do they have a lot? Well, here's my better question. Is Smash allowed to be played at Frosty? Because that would explain a lot. Like, to me, one of my biggest things that I never liked is when places allow fucking Smash. Like, dude, Smash is not a fucking fighting game, and we do not like them. To me, if you're the kind of fucking... And I'll give you shit, even if you're, quote, good person. Like, nah, I will give you shit. You should know not to have those fuckers next to us. We do not like them, and they make the rest of us look really fucking bad. But with that being said, honestly, it's disappointing because everyone I met there over the years, I skipped this shit, has actually been a decent person. Fuck that shit. Exactly. You know, I personally haven't heard anything true pussy shit. Yeah. But yeah, that's the thing. I mean, again, there's clearly a lot of good people that work at the venue. And I'm not going to sit here and put everyone under an umbrella. It makes me no better than the people who do this shit in the first place. But clearly there's a huge issue and Frosty needs to resolve it. And I think a lot of other... I think we're at a point where I think this is easily a thing at other venues and shit. I mean, one reason why I don't even want to go to Evo, just because of that whole wizard thing. My trust and faith in Evo went right down the drain, you know, like, and then I realized that it's not the Olympics of the FGC. It's just a random thing held by people, and then there's better events like Combo Breaker. And also, I love Evo Japan way more. But even then, Evo Japan has its issues as well. It's just like, you know, it sucks. At the end of the day, that's all it really has been. It's just us getting together, whatever. And it's just, I mean, at the end of the day, it's always just people, right? Even if it's something that is business, at the end of the day, there's always going to be people behind it. Whether you can trust them or not is a whole other story. You know, and more importantly, yeah, same how I said, it takes people to be good, whatever. I think a huge majority of them aren't that good at fighting games. Like, they're probably average. Because if you are good, you probably don't fucking do TOing or do it. Like, you probably play these fucking things, you know? Shit. But hey, at least it's better than with Sage. You know, oh, I hate SF5 input delay. Oh, I get ball, but you know, Punk and everybody else can talk mad shit. But like, oh, they play the game and they need them to run these tournaments anyway, so they can talk all the shit they want of SF5. So, but even then, being a pro player is like a privilege. But that's the point of this video. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got to say. Let me know if you have any stories about how your Frosty Fisty experience was bad, or maybe something similar happened. But yeah, me personally, I was thinking about it, but now that I know, until something like this gets resolved, I definitely won't be going to Frosty Faustings. You ain't catching me there. It's just a bad influence. And at the end of the day, especially as a person who is on the internet, and in a sense can be a voice or an example for especially the youth. There's a lot of young people that watch my channel, oddly. I need to set a good example and being like, yeah, we don't stand or put up for this shit. And if anything, like, you know, these can fall. I don't care. I feel like right now where it stands, 90% of these big venues kind of low-key suck. They don't know what they're doing. They focus on, it's not even ignoring the controversy shit, even just the way they run things. It's like, bro, we need more events, not just all tournaments, you know, like that's boring as shit. Again, that's why key thing with combo breakers is really fucking good. We need more combo breakers, not Evos. I guess Evos can be, but you get what I'm saying. Like, they can go away, someone else will take their place. We're not gonna lose nuts over that shit, right? Like, heck, I would fucking do it. Like, you know, if I'll fucking do it. Like, fuck it. I'll have a whole business of setting venues and all this other shit. You know, I mean, granted, I have to be rich as fuck and know that I'm losing money. But also, we live in the day and era of online. If locals and if majors die, hey, at least we got rollback. Though, granted, let's give it like 5 or 5 or so years before we get genuinely good fighting games that don't have input issues. With that being said, thank you very much for watching this video, and remember, don't go to bad locals. Not don't describe, don't, and please unsubscribe from Disney Plus. You know, as the real life wizard says.